Hi, students. Good evening. As you know, we have with us Mr. Dhamotharakannan. I hope I am pronouncing your name is correctly because it's a bit,
You can call me just Damodar. That's enough.
perfect. So we have Damodar with us, and he's passionate technical trainer, game development expert, and with over approx 14 years of experience in teaching and training. And he's specialized in Unity, game engine, AR, VR, and MR development, and have worked with reputed organizations such as Capgemini, CDEC, HCL, TSS, L&T, and so on. And Damodar had been training students and professionals since 2010 in technologies like Linux, WordPress, HTML, CSS, Python, PHP, and Java. Over the years, he has served the center technical head and senior faculty in well-known education sectors too. Passionate about creating AR, VR experience and applications and games using Unity and Unreal Engine. So today he'll be leading this workshop on augmented reality and Unity AR Foundation, sharing his expertise to help participants to explore and build more AR experiences. I hope if you wish you can add something into this and he'll be leading and throughout your call my colleagues Shreya and Tapavardhan would assist you in case of any help. Unfortunately, I won't be able to join this call further because due to some urgency, I'm traveling. So, Shreya and Tapavardhan still have there for your help. You can take a lead now for this call. Thank you, Damodar. Thank you so much. You are on mute.
Yeah. So good evening, everyone. Shall we start? So are the
Sure.
participants are able to talk or no?
Yeah, most of them have joined, and if there is someone if they will be joining more.
Fine.
Yeah.
And I would
So,
request
Very good.
students to please feel free to ask questions, interruptions, chat box, anything. Please be interactive and help Damodar to make it more interesting. And please help the session to be more interesting. Thank you.
Okay. So I hope we have two sessions. So today and the other one more day is right. Is it correct?
yeah,
So Damodar,
26.
today's workshop, the other one is open house for this workshop. It is more like revised revision and more open to question answer round and this sort of the open house. So you can take this workshop as a learning in your expertise and yeah.
Yeah. But all the students are aware of the AR, VR technologies, at least the AR. Anyone? So are you means? I hope you understand what is AR, how AR works.
Yes, Damodar. So mostly they are all engineering graduates and they are pursuing their BTech. So they must be knowing a basic foundation about AR, VR. Yeah.
Okay.
We can build upon that. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. So actually, I generally start with explaining AR and how AR works, setting up the project and everything. So the title that we have selected is actually developing. May I share the screen? Let me share the screen. Is it visible to everyone? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Is okay, fine. So the title that we have selected is actually AR with Unity and AR Foundation. Okay. So let me say that we want to develop AR apps in Unity Game Engine using AR Foundation. Fine. So it means we are dealing with two softwares here. One is the main software is Unity Game Engine. That's a game engine software. We create games, 2D games, 3D games, AR, VR, MR. It's a very big software. So we want to understand the Unity Game Engine. Plus, what is AR Foundation? How to use AR Foundation with Unity game engine and create some simple to mid-level AR applications. So my question is, are you guys aware of the game engine concepts? Just a simple question. Otherwise, I can explain a few fundamentals also, not a problem. Yes. So are you guys working in a game engine? Yes, you can
Guys, you can be
put the message in the
interactive
chat.
and mute your mics. Yeah, or put the messages in chat
Yeah,
box.
so I can see, yeah, one student saying explain Unity. Okay, I just want to know general thing. Okay, in the end of the day, we can able to create some project. Okay, but since it's a workshop, we should be knowing the software that we are going to deal with. That's just I'm asking, nothing because 2 hours and one more 2 hours, it's open house discussion. Anyway, we'll show the samples. You can also create the samples.
Sorry for the interruption, Damodar. It would be helpful to student to understand also if you could, give some examples and a few basics so that maybe that can be helpful.
Yeah. Because I generally start with, see, before you create any AR application, we want to understand the game programming fundamentals. So even though we cannot explain all the game programming fundamentals in 2 hours, we'll explain what is needed for AR development. Okay. So we are choosing AR Foundation. It's again a powerful one. We'll explain that also. And plus I will share lots of resources with the students. They should follow it and to create the project as well as setting up the project, the basic engine setup, everything. Because to be frank with everyone here, we are getting only 2 hours, 2 plus 2, 4 hours. So we cannot learn all the concepts in the game engine. So why I am again saying game engine, right? In AR, we are not doing anything new. AR is just a software. There are multiple softwares available for AR technology. So we are going to use the software in the Unity game engine. It means as a developer, I should know the game programming concepts, then apply the game programming concepts in creating the AR or VR or MR applications. Okay. So it is just a SDK or a software. So your engineering student, you must be aware of Java SDK, Python software. It's kind of a software. That's it. So we should be knowing how to use it, but what skills we need end of the day is the game programming skills. Okay, so let me just put those things first. So if you want to be a AR developer, or I can say XR developer, XR, it involves AR, VR and MR. So I will share notes with you. I can share a few videos with you. Just follow it. You'll complete the development. So XR development. So what you should be knowing as a developer, first and foremost is the Unity game engine or Unreal game engine. Any one popular game engine. So we recommend the first one for a beginner level learner. Okay, it's easy to understand, easy to install, and there are multiple resources available for learning in the internet. Okay, so both are very powerful game engines. Okay? I choose Unity because it's easy to teach and easy to understand. And second, you should be knowing the AR SDK. There are so many AR softwares available, starting from the basic and easy to understand Euphoria engine SDK. So I'm not giving all the list. We have Google AR Core, and we have Apple AR Kit. Then we have, the list keeps on going. Wikitude, Kudan, and I can say hundreds. The list keeps on going. Okay. Then you should know how to apply the skills. Apply the game engine concepts, Unity game engine concepts in developing or creating, XR apps. So when I say XR, it's actually included. It includes all three technologies. That's the first point. Okay. So again, what is XR? It's actually called extended reality. So I'm going to show lots of examples, practical examples for you today before we start any meaningful development. So XR just a common name. XR or simply extended reality, just a common name given to all the reality technologies. So we have AR, VR, MR, the main three reality technologies. So all comes under XR. So we have AR, VR, and MR. Again, we know that AR, augmented reality. Second, virtual reality. And third, it's actually mixed reality. So right now we want to focus on AR. So if we get enough time, I can explain everything. Today we want to focus more on the AR technology. So I just copy this augmented reality. So any questions, any concerns, you can always talk with me, because since I am sharing my screen, I cannot always check the chat, okay, every time. So some of you saying you are little bit explored the Unity software. Some of you saying not that much, but you know the fundamentals. But I should reiterate the point again. If you want to be XR developer, first focus on the game engine concepts. Understand the game programming concepts. Then you can easily develop AR, VR, MR, whatever. So let's define what is AR. So can you anybody tells what is AR? Can you define AR? You can just put a message in the chat box. Or are you using any AR applications regularly? You can give a name of that application.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, Pokemon Go, very good example for AR. Snapchat, what about Snapchat? Is the example for AR or not? So every day we use Snapchat, right? We scan our face and we display some graphics on our face. Any other example for AR? So Pokemon Go, Snapchat. Fine. Okay, so before I define anything, I'll just copy. I'll share lots of resources with you. Don't worry. I'll share my videos. I have my own videos. I'll share it with you. You can learn it. But before that, understand the fundamentals. So as a trainer, I want to focus on that first. So when you just ask generally, what is AR in Google, you get multiple definitions or technical definitions. Okay. So we won't understand much from those definitions. For example, AR, I just copy this and paste it here. Okay. It's a technology that enhances the real world by overlaying CG content. It can be a 3D model or a text, graphics, animation, effects into the real world. So it's a technical definition. Still, we are not understanding what they are, right? So I can say superimpose digital information onto real environment or real world. I can say real environment. Both are correct. So when I say digital information can be 3D models, mostly animations, text. Audio is again, it's not part of AR. We hear the audio, it's not a problem. But all type of graphics and effects you see. But are we understanding what is AR from all these definitions? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Some of you might understand it, but how exactly AR works? So you said Pokemon Go, you said, I said Snapchat. How exactly all these applications work? See, as a developer, if you want to be developer again, don't think as a user. So we use Snapchat, we see some graphics, we understand, okay, it's working good. But how exactly the technology works? How exactly we are seeing all those graphics on the face? Anyone can just explain me that little bit? Any idea about that? Let me show you a few videos. Okay. For example, the best is IKEA AR. Check this video. See, that's a real room. That's a real house, real room, real surface. Everything is real. Everything's real. But the red color chair is not real. The red color chair you see is not real, but it looks like real. Looks like some object is actually there in the environment. But the red color chair is not a real chair, it's a 3D model. So the room is real, the carpet is real, but the chair is not real. But the user thinks that, user feels by looking at the output, the user feels that something is actually there in the environment on the ground. You understand this video? Okay. Now, let me show you some more examples. Then we'll explain how exactly it works. So IKEA AR is a very good example, or I can say the Angry Birds AR. Very popular 2D game, but it is available in the AR format as well. I just straight away go to this output. You see, there's a real table. On the table, we are placing all those virtual elements, the 3D data, the birds, the wooden planks, the text, animation. So all those things looks real. It means the user thinks something is there on the table, but nothing is there on the table. When you watch the output on the screen, through the smartphone screen, you can see the output. Otherwise, nothing is there in the real environment. So we should give the feel to the user that some object is placed on the surface or on the wall or on the face. So if it is Snapchat, you place the object on the face. It's actually face tracking. The Angry Birds is actually ground tracking, or you can say horizontal plane tracking. Even the IKEA AR is actually called horizontal plane tracking. So we have so many examples. I can keep on showing it. You can even check this one. A small example. So they are scanning one image, a small image. So when you scan the image, we can place one 3D model on top of the image like this. So this is also an example for AR. So I've just showed you 3 videos. Placing the car, placing the Angry Bird setup on the table, the IKEA AR, placing on the floor. Now, we have seen lots of output like this, starting from Snapchat, this, that. But as a developer, I want to know how exactly this technology works. Can anyone give a point about this? What is the technology behind this AR? What technology powers this AR? Any idea? Okay, fine. So let me explain that. See, it's all the technology called computer vision. Computer vision. That's the technology powers the AR software or AR technologies, all the AR technologies. So what is computer vision again? So we have our vision, the eyes is our vision. So we can use our eyes to look at the object and our brain will identify the object. So eyes are just an input device. We can look at any object. The brain will identify the object. So I can look at my mouse. The brain will say it's a mouse. I can look at my smartphone. The brain will say it's a smartphone. It means the brain has been trained for multiple years to understand things, okay, to store the data about the things. And whenever I see an object, I can easily identify it because the brain is trained like that. That is our vision. Same way, you can show any object in front of the camera. You can show any object in front of the camera. Through camera, the system, the software should understand the object's name, object's property, everything. For example, if I show one apple in front of the camera, the system should say it's an apple. And what type of apple? By looking at the image itself. So that's what we call, I'm just giving a simple definition for computer vision. So mostly it is powered by some libraries called OpenCV. There are multiple libraries available, but OpenCV is very popular computer vision library. As a developer, we can use this to create our own systems. For example, face tracking. How to create a Snapchat type of face tracking algorithm. You can create your own face tracking algorithm. It's again part of computer vision. You should download this kind of libraries, create a system, train the system using some algorithm, train the system. Either use some third-party algorithm or create your own algorithm. Once you train the system, once the system is ready, then you can use the camera to capture the face. The system should identify it and tell the tracking points on the face based on your algorithm. Same way, you can create any algorithm to track your image, to track the surface, or to track your hand gestures, or to track your body pose. And if you are in LinkedIn, you might have come across multiple posts from people. They just show their hand in front of the camera to understand the hand pose. So how do they create those kind of systems? So they use this kind of libraries, OpenCV type of libraries, to create their own system just to identify some object or some pose or some image, or you can say image recognition technology. So any AR technology you see, it actually works based on computer vision technology. So the output you just saw, scanning one image, okay, this image. So when you scan one image, we are bringing one output. We are displaying one car on top of the image. So it's an image recognition algorithm. And how they create this? By using the computer vision technologies. So we can also create our own image recognition algorithm and create for AR software. Okay. So that's a technical aspect. Anyway, you will be learning that later in another session or some other session. But right now I want to know how this works. When somebody scans one image, I see the output, but how exactly it works. I hope you are able to understand all the points I've been sharing with you till now. Any confusion? Any doubts? You can let me know. Okay. So even though we know that it's a CV technology, that's another part, but we want to understand how this output works. We know the definition says, okay, we can add something to the real environment. We can add some data, the CG data to the real environment. But how exactly it's working? It's very simple. Before you understand that, let's talk about the camera. So what's the purpose of camera on our smartphone? Why do we use camera on our smartphone? So we use camera on our smartphone for two purposes. One is for still images, capture still images, selfie, or some other photographs, then capture video. Is that correct, everyone? So we use camera on our smartphone for two purposes. Apart from other technical things like scanning the document, scanning the QR code, that's apart that we actually use the camera for two purposes. You capture still images and you capture the video. That's the first thing we should understand. Then When you talk about still images, or you can say photographs, okay, a single image is called single frame, okay, and single image is called a frame. It's called a frame, or I can say in a other way, a frame is called a single frame is a, it's not called, it's a single image is a single frame. A single frame is a single image. It's an image. So when you take a photograph, that's a single image, single still photograph. It's actually called a frame. It's actually called a frame. Then what about video? So video is actually, we capture sequence of frames. Sequence of frames. So for example, I say FPS, frames per second. Frames per second. Sorry. 60 FPS captures 60 images, or I say 60 frames per second. That's the meaning of it. So it means they are individual frames. They are individual frames. They look like a video because you are watching it in a very quick time. In a particular second, you are watching 60 frames. So it looks like video, but they are actually not video. They are actually individual frames. So video is also called as moving images. Moving images. Because it's all individual frames. We are checking we are seeing the frames in a quick time. It looks like something is moving. So this is the fundamental we should understand first. Now the question again, we are learning about AR. So why do we need to understand about camera, image, and frames? Okay, so once you understand this, let me tell you the thing. We can take one AR application to explain the concept. For example, IKEA. We just show the video, right? So IKEA place, that's a application name. That's application name. So first what we can do, install IKEA place on your smartphone, whether it's Android or iPhone, whatever. That's the first step we should do, or we do normally. So once we install the application, we just open the application. Open the application. Second step. Third step, I can just use the Android platform to give an example. When you open the IKEA place or any AR application, I'm just taking the IKEA place as an example, but for any AR application, you install it and open it. When you open it, the system will ask permission to access multiple hardwares. The system will ask permission to access multiple hardwares, including the camera. Okay. So allow access to hardware, including camera. So it needs access to internet, it needs access to storage, but the main thing is camera. Because the important point you should note is actually the main hardware for any AR application is the camera. It can be the front camera or rear camera, but camera should be there. That's the main hardware for any AR application. Why is it main hardware? That's what we're going to explain here. So install one AR application, open it. When you open, it needs access to multiple hardware and software, including the camera. Now, the camera opens. The camera opens. When the camera opens, the camera captures frames. Every second, the camera captures a number of frames. Means the camera captures video. The camera captures sequence of frames. Sequence of frames. You can say frames per second, or you can say it's a video end of the day. Video frames. So the camera captures sequence of frames. Those frames are analyzed by, okay, the captured frames are analyzed by, just only, this is the only theory part, analyzed by the AR system. That is part of the software. The AR system is a software that is part of the installation. Okay, the captured frames are analyzed by the AR system. The AR system adds digital content like a 3D model or UI or text or animation onto every frame. And you will see the output on the screen, on the display. So this 8 steps works or is same for every AR application, whether it's you are using on a smartphone or a smart glass or a VR headset, AR headset. The same things what we need to apply for any AR application. You just install it, open it, the camera opens, the camera captures video frames. The system will add the data to every frame. The data can be a 3D model or a UI text or animation or a F8, but it should be added to every frame. It's a real-time process. If you don't understand this, I can give an example. You see this, there is a fire effect in a movie scene. It's a VFX, okay? It's a visual effect for 2 minutes. So we have seen lots of movies, Hollywood movies, our Indian movies. There we have seen the visual effects. I'm just giving a scenario. There's a fire effect in a movie scene for 2 minutes. It means when they actually shoot the movie, there is no fire effect. When they actually shoot the movie, it's just a normal room. They shoot the movie. Then in the VFX studio, the VFX artist will add the effect to every frame. Just imagine it is for 2 minutes. Per second, minimum 24 frames. It means in every frame, the artist should add the effect and track the effect for whole 2 minutes with all the variations. The movie is not a real-time process. Because they actually capture the movie, add the effect. We see the movie in the theater. That's a pre-edited, pre-processed content. That is not real-time. But the same thing we can do in the AR, but it's completely real-time process because you open the camera, you scan the object, you see the output instantly. For example, Snapchat. You open the camera, scan your face, you see the output instantly because in every second the camera captures the frames, the system adds the data, and you see the output on the screen. It's a completely real-time process, but the VFX effect is not real-time process. It's actually pre-processed content. So as a developer, you should understand this first before you develop any AR application. Because why? Again, you are going to deal with lots of code to optimize the frame, to optimize the camera, to optimize the video later. So without understanding this fundamental, so there is no use of learning the code later. So I hope you understand the whole story here. What is AR? How AR works? Any questions or doubts? You can ask me. Editing is not AR, but I just gave the example of video to explain the process, real-time and non-real-time. Editing is not AR. What is AR means? You should display the data in front of in real world. Okay. So the VFX effect is, you can say it's kind of AR, but that is not real time. Okay. So any questions till now from anyone? So you should understand this first. Then you can talk about the softwares. So I can share you the some presentation files with you later. Just one example I can show before we go to some practical stuff. So yeah, I have some PPTs, I can share it with you. Just for example, check this, see the first image. That's what I just explained to you. The first image is a perfect example for Snapchat, Pokemon Go, IKEA, Angry Birds, everything is example. This is the technology this is the diagram that explains those 8 steps. Okay, you use the camera, capture the frames. Those frames are given to the system. The system is going to add the data to the every frame. The data can be a 3D model or animation or some effect. All this thing will be displayed to the screen. The user can see the output on the screen. It means nothing is on the real environment. Nothing is displayed on the real environment, but it looks like something is placed in the real environment because the system perfectly adds to the every frame. It means you are watching a video end of the day on your smartphone screen. So I can share this PPT with you later. You can go through this, understand further about AR, VR, MR. So I don't want to explain what is the other 2 technologies. It will take lots of time for us because our focus is actually only on AR. So any questions till now? Any confusion till now from anyone?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Fine. So how many of you have the Unity software installed on your computer? Everyone? Okay. So for the AR foundation, or you can say AR development. So as I said earlier, we are going to use the AR Unity game engine. And second is the AR foundation. It's a package from Unity. So we just need 2 things. So AR foundation, actually, I'll talk about AR foundations shortly. So we talk about Unity game engine. Specifically, we need the latest version. Okay. We talk about Unity. You can use the Unity Hub, then Unity Editor version 6000.0 point some numbers. It may be 57 or 58, whatever. You just put XX. And the latest version of AR foundation, we can download it. So we need to install Unity Hub. Install Unity Hub, activate it. Okay, means sign in. You can use the Google account. So I'll give all the steps to you later. Sign in, activate Unity license. So you should do 3 things in the software. Then install Unity Editor 6000 or number 6. Okay, using or on through Unity Hub. Okay, via Unity Hub. Fine. So I have already installed the software here. The Unity Hub. See, these are free softwares. These are free softwares. You can just download them, install, and log in to the software. You can use your Gmail ID. So don't use any official ID like your office ID or college ID. You just use your Gmail ID. That's enough. So use Gmail ID. So I have the Unity Hub like this. So again, I cannot explain completely everything right now. As I said, I can share the videos. I'm just telling you the requirements for the development, because we want to create some AR apps using these two softwares, mainly using the AR Foundation. But before that, we need the Unity Hub and Unity Editor 6000. So when you open the Unity Hub, I can click on the installs. Then you can see I have installed multiple versions. So 2022, Unity 6, Unity 6.1, or Unity 6.2. So we are just choosing the LTS version, Unity 6 LTS version, we are choosing it. So using the Unity Hub, we can install the editor. Then we can create the projects. So before I proceed further, so have you got the software on your laptop, everyone? Or you need any help with the installation and activation? Any doubts or any questions, you can ask me, not a problem. So there are close to 23 participants, 25, or I can say 24, excluding me. Okay, good. So Abhishek has the software. Fine. Anyway, if you don't have, you should install it anyway, because if you want to create the AR, we need the software. Simple. Fine. So today we want to set up the project, understand what is AR Foundation. So what we want to do today, or what we want to complete today. See, development is easy. There is nothing. Okay. But before that, you should understand the concepts, initial concepts. Okay. So first, create a Unity project for AR Foundation development. AR Foundation development. First step. Then configure the project for AR Foundation. So we should complete two things today. Okay. So it's very simple. If you have the software, the Unity Hub and Unity Editor, you can easily create a project. So later I can share a video for this purpose, but I can show you right now the process. So create a new Unity AR project for AR development. So I'm typing the steps here, plus I will share the video also later. Not this video, but I have some other video. Okay. So first step should be open Unity Hub. Open Unity Hub. Okay. Open Unity Hub. Done. Second step, click new project button. Click new project button. Second step. So once you open Unity Hub, click new project button. So here there is a template available for AR development. Okay. So I don't recommend using template initially, because we want to set up everything by ourselves to understand the process. So we are not setting up anything here. We need a normal template. So I can explain that also. Just click new project, and third step, in the new project window, you should complete multiple things. First step should be choose the editor. Choose the editor version. See, I have multiple editor versions here, 6.1, 6.2, everything, but I want to choose 6.0, this one. So if you have multiple versions, choose the correct version here. You can choose 6.1 also, not a problem, but this is what we recommend, LTS version. Okay. So editor version, I recommend using 6000.0. The last two numbers can be anything, but focus on the first two numbers, 6000.0. XX means it can be 52, 57, 60, whatever. Okay, just focus on first two numbers, but it should be LTS version. That's the first step. Then click on the all or click on core, select core, then choose this template, 3D built-in render pipeline template. So select core, then select 3D built-in render pipeline template. So once you select it, in the right side you can see the data. Suppose if you are doing this for the first time, you should download the template. You should get one download template button. So download the template. Once you download the template, you will see this window with 3 settings. So we have to focus on the project name and the project location. Project location, you can choose documents or your current user, whatever. So in my case, I am choosing my current user. In the user, I am creating a Unity projects folder. Inside, I store all my projects. You can choose your documents also, not a problem. So once you create this, select the template. Next step would be type a name. Type a name for your project, for the project. So always use the descriptive name for the project. So for example, Dhamothar AR Foundation project. Some descriptive name. So type a name for your project. So for example, you can type Dhamothar AR Foundation. You can replace your name here. Just place your name here. Or you can simply say my AR Foundation project, whatever. It should be descriptive. So I can say here, project name, Dhamothar AR Foundation project, like this. Location is already selected. I just leave the location as it is. Only 2 things you should do. Once you select the template, the built-in render pipeline, 3D built-in render pipeline, select the template. In the right side, type the project name and choose the location. That's it. Then you can click on the create project button. Finally, click create project button. Then just wait for the process to complete. Okay, so I can just go click on the create project. It will take at least 2 or 3 minutes for the first time. If you are installing or opening for the first time, it will take at least 2 or 3 minutes, depending on the CPU. So we need at least i7 and above CPU for a proper and speedy work. Okay, if you are using i5, it will be a little bit slow. So I don't recommend using i3 or Ryzen 3. You need at least i5 and Intel i5 and Ryzen 5 and above CPU. Let the project to complete. Fine. That is the first step. So let's create a new Unity project for AR Foundation development. Just follow this. If you don't have all the software, you should install the softwares first, starting from Unity Hub. Any questions till now? Any doubts till now? Or any confusion or concerns? Yeah. So somebody is asking, what's the difference between AR and VR? I can explain it. Just a minute, I'll explain it. 1 minute. Okay. So some of you are asking, what's the difference between AR and VR? So VR, again, we know it's a virtual reality. Virtual reality. In AR, we can blend both real and virtual objects in AR. For example, when you see the IKEA video here, okay, we can see both real and virtual objects together. We can blend both like this. Okay, I can walk around, I can go near the table, I can walk around. So I can see everything here, both real and virtual objects together. That is actually AR. But in VR, you can see only the virtual environment. You can see only the virtual environment. So for example, the video I was just showing here, let me show you that small video for you. Or I can put a simple definition here just for the understanding. So VR, so user sees computer generated, or I can say simulated environment. Nothing else. Okay. So this is just a definition. So virtual reality, if you say, the definition says the user should feel, we can say immersive experience. That's what we call immersive experience. It means the user should feel that he is part of the environment. The user should feel that he is part of the virtual environment, even though he is not virtual environment, though he is not physically present there. So that's what we call immersive experience. See, right now we are in the immersive real world, right? What is immersive experience? Just take, for example, the world that we are living, the earth. I can touch on anything. I can feel it. I can walk on the ground. I can feel it. I can feel anything here. I can touch. I can look. I can feel everything. It is completely immersive world we are living. Okay, completely immersive world. I can feel anything by touching on it. But in the VR, suppose there's a table in the virtual table. You cannot touch and feel it. It's a virtual 3D model. You will never feel that virtual table. Okay, but you should give a feel to the user, that part of the environment. Okay, if you are able to give it, then it's a perfect VR application. But in VR, the user sees only the virtual environment. He cannot see the physical environment. So just wear the VR headset. Once you wear the headset, you can see only the virtual environment. Maybe in the next session, I can show you the VR output. Here, just check this output once. See the AR. We can see both the virtual and physical, both together. There is a room. In the room, we are placing one AR text and one small 3D model, this model. So we can see both virtual and real. So it's called AR. Again, we know how it works. It's all video frames end of the day. We know that. But in VR, we can see only virtual environment, completely virtual. Here, everything is virtual. The sky, the ocean, the boat, everything is 3D data. Nothing is real. Okay? Just check this video. See, the girls are sitting in a room. They are using the VR headset. But what they see is actually a completely real virtual environment. The mountains, the roller coaster tracks, the buildings. Okay, this is what they see because they are using the VR headset. But they are actually in a physical room. But they feel that they are actually in a virtual environment. That's what we call immersive experience. I will show one more video also. Check this video first. See, this is an example. The girls are in a physical room, but they immediately forget that environment because of the immersive experience. So how to create this kind of experience? You need a good graphics, good audio, okay, and good input controls and good graphics. The lighting, it's very important. If you're able to create all these things, elements together, you can give this kind of experience to the user. Once they wear the VR headset, they can see only the virtual environment. They simply forget the real environment because of that experience. Okay. Just a small one more thing. Check this. Just to understand the exactly how VR looks and works. See, these are professional players, professional football players. They are just testing one VR application. Testing one VR application. So you see, there is I can explain what is there in the lift in the application. They just wear one VR headset. There's a lift. See, once they wear the VR headset, what they see one city. They see one city environment. In the city environment, there is a building. When they go to the building, there is a lift. They go inside the lift, then press the plank button. It will go to the top floor. Go to the top floor. Everything is virtual here. The lift is virtual. The buildings are virtual. When the lift opens, there is nothing is there except a wooden plank. So they have to walk on the wooden plank. You see, this is the virtual 3D model, but they are not walking on it. Even though they are actually in a room, they know everything is safe there. But because of the experience, once they wear the headset, what they see? Completely virtual environment. The buildings, the wooden plank is what they see. You have to walk on the plank because they are not walking. They're not even taking the next step because of the experience they are getting, because they almost forgot the real environment. You have to step on the wooden plank and he is not taking the next step. As a developer, I won't feel this because I know how things work. But a user, you will feel this experience. It's completely virtual. It's all 3D data. And he is not even walking. He is not even taking the next step. This is for the everyone here. They see all virtual. And somebody is actually walking, but he's not taking much step. He is actually on the edge. Now, just falling down. Okay. So this is what we call immersive experience, and very popular one. We know that this one. Once you wear the headset, you can see all these graphics. Just use the controller to smash all those objects like this. It's completely virtual. Fine. So I hope you understand what is VR. So we cannot give multiple examples. We don't have time. Anyway, I can share the PPT with you. You can check the things later. Fine. So now, we created a project. So once we create the project, we should open the project. The project is opened here. So if some of you are already working with Unity, you know the layout and everything. If you are new to Unity, if you are new to the software, please, you should choose the layout first. So by default, you should get this layout. Because it's a very big software, there are so many windows available, so many options available. So we cannot open every window, every option right now. So we should choose one layout so that at least we can open the most used windows, most used options, and keep it open using some layout concept here. Layout concept. So by default, you see this layout, and you can use the dark or light theme. Okay, so I'm using the light theme, so everything looks bright. But in your case, you will be seeing dark interface. You can change to light. Okay, just go to the edit menu. In the edit menu, click preferences. Okay, in the edit menu, click preferences, then click general. Here, click general. There you can choose the editor theme. Editor theme, you can choose light or dark. By default, it is dark. If you, it's up to you. You can choose whichever theme you feel comfortable. So I am choosing light. The default is dark theme. Okay. So as I said, we should choose one layout. So I always prefer this 1:3 layout. If you are using a laptop screen, go by this. If you are using a very big screen, then you can choose any layout that you are comfortable with. And some of you using multiple displays, then it's perfect. You can choose any layout you want. So since most of us, we use laptop screen, we should choose the available, we use the available space. Okay. So I choose 2:3 layout like this. This is also correct. Or you can create your own layout. So 2:3 is the default available layout in the software. We have force split, then we have default, we have tall, then we have wide. So always choose 2:3. Then we can create our own layout from this. So by default, we can choose 2:3. Then click and drag the game window. So we can see there is a scene window, game window, hierarchy window, project window, and inspector window. So here I can click and drag the game window and drop in the scene, near scene, like this. So I can repeat this, choose 2:3 first, then click and drag game and drop near scene like this. Now we get a bigger space for both scene and game. Okay, simply click and drag the game window and drop near scene. Then again go to the layout menu. In the layout menu, click save layout and give a name. Give a name. For example, 1:3 layout. Something like this, you can save. Then you can always load the saved layout. Because while working in the project, later, while working in the project, we might resize the windows like this. We might resize the windows. We might close the something. We might close something like this. We might reorder something. So you can always go back to the layout because you already saved it. So click on the layout menu again. Click on the layout that you just saved. You can reset the layout back to the original layout like this. So choose a layout first, then you can work on the project. So once you open the project, first choose the layout and change the theme, either light or dark, depending on the need. So any questions till now? Fine. So you can check the videos later to choose the layout for your project. Fine. So this is just a normal 3D project. A normal 3D project. Once we open the project, you just need to decide for which platform you want to create applications. If you take the AR foundation, okay, I'll talk about this AR foundation right now. The AR foundation is a package from Unity. It's a package from Unity. So what is AR foundation? Okay, how to use it? Those things we should learn first. Okay, So I can just copy the link and say AR Foundation. I can just copy the definition here. So it's actually, we can use AR Foundation to create multi-platform AR apps. It's a very important thing we should understand first. As I told you, there are hundreds of AR softwares available. AR SDK is available. Why we want to choose AR Foundation? Why not other things? Okay. The main reason is AR Foundation enables you to create multi-platform AR apps. What's the meaning of this multi-platform AR apps? So first understand AR Foundation is just a package from Unity. AR Foundation is a AR framework or a package from Unity. Again, the question is, there are hundreds of AR softwares available. Why Unity is giving us a new software? See, this is not a new software. It's just a framework for the other softwares, other AR softwares. For example, as a developer, I want to create AR apps for the Android platform. Okay, just see the scenario, understand the scenario, then you'll understand what's the purpose of choosing the AR Foundation. The scenario is like that. One, or you can say, I want to develop AR apps for Android platform. So then you can choose either Unity game engine, or you can choose the Android Studio. That's a native development. Okay. So we are choosing Unity game engine. Then you can choose one SDK. Choose an AR SDK. Mostly we actually choose Google AR Core. See, there are multiple SDKs available. We actually choose Google AR Core because it has lots of AR features. It actually supports the AR very strongly. Or you can say it's a Google's own software. Android is a Google's own OS. They have very good support for the AR features. So as a developer, when I want to create AR apps for AR, the Android platform, I will choose the Unity game engine or Android Studio. Then we should choose one AR SDK. We mostly go with AR Core. It's a Google's own AR SDK. Google's AR SDK. Then suppose you want to create AR apps for iOS platform, or you can say iPad OS. iOS and iPad OS platform or platforms. Then what is your choice? Again, we can choose Unity game engine, or you can choose the Xcode native development for native development. Then we can actually choose one SDK. We mostly choose Apple's AR Kit. Apple AR Kit. It is actually Apple's AR SDK. Apple's AR SDK. Okay. So we want to target only these two platforms mostly because that's the platforms available for smartphone. No other platform is available, either Android or iOS, or you can target both. Now, as a developer, you see the problem here. The common software is Unity here. That's not a problem. But when you want to create application for Android, you are going to choose Google AR Core. When you want to create applications for iOS and iPad OS, you are going to choose Apple AR Kit because the AR Core won't work with the iOS. AR Kit won't work with Android because they have their own platforms for AR as well as the OS. Suppose the requirement is we want to create an application, for example, one Angry Birds type of game, or IKEA Place type of app for both platforms. Because you want to target user from both platforms, because your app should be available on App Store and Play Store if you want to target more people. So we want to create an application, an AR application like IKEA Place for both platforms. Now, what is the solution for this? Because as I told you, if you want to target Android, you should choose Google AR Core. If you want to target iOS, you can choose ARKit. There is one more option is there. You can choose Euphoria. I'll talk about that shortly. Okay. For iOS, we can choose Apple ARKit, because both they can't work with each other. Not possible. Different code base, different platform. But our requirement is we want to create one application that should be available on both platforms. Now, what can I do now? As a developer, I should maintain two teams. I should maintain two development teams. I should maintain two projects, two code base. One for Android using the Google AR Core, one for iOS using Google ARKit. But you see, you want to give same experience for both users. You should create the UI, you should create the logic, you should place the 3D models, but you are doing 2 times because you want to target 2 platforms. But 2 different projects, 2 different code base, means 2 different softwares, but you want to give a same experience to users. I can give one example. Okay, just one example. There's a game called World Cricket Championship. Okay. This is the game available. So this game is available for iOS, Android, and Windows platform. Even for Windows also it's available. How do they create this kind of game for multiple platforms? Since they are using Unity, you can simply create the game only once, only one code base. You can actually build for Android, build for iOS, build for any platform. Because if you look inside the Unity, go to File, Build Profiles, you can see the platforms here. I can build for Windows, I can build for Android, I can build for macOS, Linux. There are multiple platforms available, 20 plus platforms. 20 plus platforms are supported by Unity. It means when I create a game in Unity, I can build the game and deploy the game on all these platforms without any change in the code, except the UI and except the input. Otherwise, everything will be same. So by default, Unity gives you that functionality. But for AR, that is not available by default, because AR has a different software, different technology. So if this is the requirement, you should maintain 2 different projects. One using the AR core, the other using the ARKit. Even though you're using Unity game engine, they use different softwares. It is not the feasible solution. Okay, what Unity is doing, so it means we need to create 2 projects. One is the AR core project for Android, then ARKit project for iOS and iPadOS platforms. So we need to maintain 2 projects, means 2 teams or multiple persons working on platforms. This is not cost effective, and this is not good also nowadays. See, this is okay if you are developing the software. Think about 20 years ago, 25 years ago. There was no concept like this cross-platform. You should create applications for every platform independently. There is nothing called cross-platform or multi-platform that time. But right now we have the option to create cross-platform, or you can say multi-platform apps. Okay, so this is not feasible nowadays. Very difficult to maintain two teams, two different projects. Cost is very important thing, and one more thing is the time. You want to deliver the project within a time frame. Very difficult if any bug comes or any feature is not working on any one platform. Suppose it's working on the iOS but not working on the Google. So there are so many problems you'll encounter if you are going to maintain two projects. But what is the solution for this? We should go for multi-platform or cross-platform development. This is the problem. So what Unity is doing, what Unity has done, Unity has created a framework called AR Foundation. Okay, that supports Google AR Core SDK. It's a framework, means any SDK can be used. Apple's AR Kit. Not only that, there are multiple SDKs supported in the AR Foundation framework. You can see it will support Android platform, iOS platform, Vision OS, HoloLens, MetaQuest, and the latest one, Android XR. At least 6 platforms are supported. It means when you use the AR Foundation to create a project, the same project can be built and deployed on these platforms without any change. A single project. We just need to install the required plugin. If you are going to build for Android, install the AR Core plugin. If you are going to build for iOS, install this plugin. Development is common development, a single code base, a common development, single project. But once the project is ready, you can build and deploy on these platforms. So Unity is just taking the features and creating a single framework supporting all the platforms. And MetaQuest. So you don't need anything else because all the platforms are supported. All the popular platforms are supported. Android, iOS, Vision OS, Android XR, HoloLens, and MetaQuest. What else we need? We just use the AR Foundation, create a single project. So again, right now the requirement for our requirement, just create only one project. So when we use, so we can use AR Foundation framework for AR development. So maintain a single project, but build and deploy to these platforms: Android, iOS, iPad OS, Vision OS, HoloLens, that is Windows based OS, then MetaQuest, that's actually Horizon OS. This is actually for MetaQuest. And HoloLens. Fine. That's why we choose AR Foundation. Instead of choosing the individual SDKs, our objective should be, our objective is creating a single project should be deployed on multiple platforms. The example I gave you, this particular game, it's available on iOS, Android, and Windows. So a single project, create the game, deploy it to multiple platforms instead of creating multiple projects. For this reason, we actually choose AR Foundation. But there are other options available. So what are other options? Means other frameworks available. Same like AR Foundation, we can use, there are other frameworks available starting from Euphoria engine. Very popular, very easy to understand. It's a framework. It actually supports Android, means we can create a project, install the SDK, this SDK, create a project and deploy to the any platform. Single project deploy to all these platforms. It supports some more platforms as well. Or we can use Wikitude. It is not available yet. I'm not putting all the things, but I'm just choosing the best one here, Euphoria engine. I can show you one small output for you, developed in Euphoria. Okay. So that's the reason we choose AR Foundation. That is from Unity. Euphoria is from PTC. That's a company. So we have multiple frameworks available. Just check this output. I'm going to show you a simple AR output. Okay. Let me just open one image. I'm going to show the image in front of the camera and see the output there. Before that, I disable my camera in the meeting because I told you it's a AR application. For AR application, we need the camera. Right now, since I'm using the project, I'm going to show the output using the web camera. So just click on this. So this is a car. I have a car, a simple car. I can show this one for you. Okay. Click it. It is going to open the web camera. Sometimes there's a error with the server. Okay. I can show some other small example as well. It should work. Vehicles AR. No. Let me show you the output in a couple of minutes. So the error is because of the license, not the project error. Okay. Sometimes it won't load. Let me close the project, open it again, just to show you the output. So let it open. Now, so I was just explaining the need for AR Foundation kind of framework. So any questions till now, you can let me know. The AR Foundation is a free framework available in the website. We just need to download it and install it. Simple. Okay. Let me try one more time, otherwise I can show you the output later. Yeah, anyway, I can show you the output later. Now let's go back to the AR Foundation. Now we actually have a project. So how to install, configure AR Foundation for, okay, how to install and configure AR Foundation. Suppose you are going to choose the Android platform. So you're going to target the Android platform. I'll show you that. It's very simple. Just open the project. So scenario, or I can say we want to deploy our AR applications on Android platform. It means open your project. The project you just open your AR Foundation project, Unity AR Foundation project. Then the build platform. Choose, or you can say set Android, or you can say choose Android build platform. So it's very simple. I can just open the project. This is the project. Right now we are going to target the Android. See, the same project can be deployed to all these platforms. Just for the example, first we want to target the Android platform. So it's very simple. Just go to your file, build profiles. In the build profiles, you should select Android. Okay. By default, Windows is the platform. Windows is the active platform. I should select the iOS, the Android platform, because right now I want to deploy my app to the Android platform. So open the project, go to file menu, click build profiles, then click on Android, then click switch platform button. Click switch platform button here. Next, when you want to build for iOS platform, come to this window, select iOS and click switch platform. iOS I have not installed yet. We can install it anyway. Next, if you want to deploy for some other Vision OS, select Vision OS and change the platform. So right now we are targeting the Android platform. So same project can be deployed to all these platforms. First, Android. So by default, Windows will be the platform. Select Android, then click switch platform button here. After 1 or 2 minutes, you will get the platform. This one. Right now the Android is the active platform. That's the first step. Then we can install the AR Foundation. You can install it from the package manager. Okay, it's very simple. In the project, first select the Android platform, then go to window menu. In the window menu, open package manager. This one. In the window menu, open package manager. So we should install 2 things. Okay. First step would be open package manager. Second, install XR plugin management. That's a package. Then install AR Foundation. And third, install Google AR Core plugin. Simple. Since right now we are targeting the Android platform, we can install this. Later, the same project you want to target iOS platform, remove the AR Core plugin and install iOS plugin. Means Apple AR Kit plugin. I'll show you that also. So first, go to package manager. In the package manager, click on this one, Unity registry. Unity registry and search for XR plugin management. This one. So in the package manager, select Unity registry. In the search box, search for XR plugin. You get this XR plugin. Select the XR plugin management package and click install. This is the first step. Okay. Then search for AR Foundation. Same. In the registry, search for AR Foundation. You will get AR Foundation. Select it and install. Second package. Okay. So XR plugin management, install AR Foundation. Second, it is installed. Now if you go to project, in the in project we can see we got AR Foundation, then we got XR plugin management. Next we should install the Google AI Core plugin. It's very simple. Select the Unity registry again. Search for Google. You'll get this Google AI Core plugin. Select and install. So it is all available in the Unity registry section. So open package manager, select Unity registry. So let me enable the camera again here. So select Unity registry. From the Unity registry, install one by one. XR plugin management, AR foundation, then Google AR Core. After that, you can click on the in project. You can see the AR foundation is installed, XR plugin management installed, then Google AR Core is installed. Now we can close the plugin, see package manager window. That's the first step. And fourth step, you go to edit. In the edit menu, open project settings, or you can straight away open XR plugin management. I can show you this here. Once you complete installing all the packages, go to edit menu. In the edit menu, you can click on project settings, then click on XR plugin management here in the left side. Okay, so you can go to edit menu, then click project settings, then on the left pan, click XR plugin management, or select XR plugin management. So then right now we are targeting the Android platform. You see this is the Android icon. By default it is selected. Select it. This is the Windows platform. We are not targeting anything. Select the Android platform. In the Android settings, enable Google AR Core. Enable Google AR Core like this. So right now we are targeting the Android. Enable Google AR Core like this. So for enable Google AR Core plugin for Android platform. Simple. So just enable Google AR Core in the Android platform. That's it. Then click on the Google AR Core here. We can choose whether you want the core package for the user. So we'll talk about this later in development. So for now, in the XR plugin management, we just enable Google AR Core for Android platform. Like this. Then you can click on project validation. Click on project validation, and it is asking to fix something. It is mostly related to the minimum API level. Okay. You can just click fix all button. It will fix automatically. Okay. It is just asking to change the minimum API level as well as the graphics API. So that's the next step. Select project validation. Project validation. Then on the right pan, click fix all. Simple. The right pan clicks fix all. It will fix everything. See, these things you can do by manually also in the build settings. That also will show you later. For now, you can just use fix all. Now the project is ready for development for Android platform. Okay. Suppose if you want to target suppose I created one scene here. There is no project right now. Let me just show you one small example. Okay, suppose I have an output like this. I have output like this. So let's create a cube. A simple scene. It is not AR yet. A simple scene. So you want to build for AR core, means you want to build for Android platform using AR core, means the same scene you can build it because we already set up the project. Suppose if you want to build for iOS or iPad OS, again I'm talking about the AR. Okay, then you should actually go edit, project settings, disable Google AR core here. Disable Google AR core. Then install the iOS platform. I can show you this. Go to File, Build Profiles, select iOS. It is asking you to install the. When you click on the Install Unity Hub, it will install the OS. It will install the OS. That I can show you in the next class. So first you should disable the Google AR core in the Android platform. Then go to Window, Package Manager. In the Unity registry, search for AR Kit. Search for AR Kit. So we should install Apple AR Kit plugin. We should install Apple AR Kit XR plugin. So install it. Then we can enable this in the XR plugin management after we install the iOS platform. Right now there is no iOS platform available. You can go to the edit, project settings, XR plugin management. You see it is not available here. I should actually install the iOS support. Then I'll get iOS tab here. Click on iOS tab, then enable the ARKit plugin here. So at least at a time, only one plugin should be enabled. If you are targeting the Android, enable AR core. If you are targeting iOS, disable AR core and enable ARKit. At a given time, only one plugin should be active, enabled. But the same project can be built for multiple platforms using the plugins. So we are not doing anything with the plugins, just install and activate it. You can create the development, you can write the code using the AR Foundation common code base. So AR Foundation actually has a common code base. That code base will work with every SDK. Work with every SDK. As a developer, I have to just use the AR Foundation, install the plugin and deploy to the particular platform. So this right now I can go back and enable the Google AR core for the Android platform here. So that's what we are going to target anyway in the next session. So in the next section, I can show you the project with output. I can explain the output. I can share the resources with you. I can share the documents. I can share the sample project package with you. You can actually create on your own later. Any questions till now? Any confusions? Let me try to showing the output to you. Let me check whether it's working or not now. Again, there's a server error. Okay. Let me try showing another scene. Let's see. No. There's error. Maybe next time I can show you the output. This is not AR Foundation. This is actually Euphoria. This is Euphoria. I can use Euphoria also to develop applications for iOS, Android, and multiple platforms. Same project, same output I can deploy to multiple platforms without any change. Euphoria is same like AR Foundation. But the only difference, Euphoria is not free for enterprise development. It is free for learning. If you want to create a commercial application, then you should buy the license from Euphoria. But AR Foundation is completely free. Completely free. You can create any commercial application without paying any amount to anyone. But Euphoria is a very good AR software, but you should buy the license if you are going to create a commercial application. There is some error, it's not working. I can disable the camera here, then try. No, it's still not working. Maybe some issues with the server that we can check that later, maybe next class. So any questions till now, please can discuss with me. So you should follow the steps, set up the project. Once you set up the project, in the next session for 1 hour, we can actually talk about one project. Some good project we can discuss. I can show you how to develop the project. See, developing AR is not a big thing. It's easy. So we are going to apply the game programming skills there. We are going to apply the game programming skills. So we should focus on learning the game programming skills. Even though we cannot learn all the game programming skills, at least the fundamentals we can learn. Again, one more question. MetaQuest and Apple Vision works on both AR and VR. Yes. See, MetaQuest and Apple Vision, they actually support both AR and VR technology altogether. So AR, VR, and MR, all three. MetaQuest is the best device because it's cheap compared with, the price is very cheap compared with Apple Vision Pro. The MetaQuest can support AR, VR, and MR, all three in single device. All three in a single device. So if you want to purchase any AR, VR device, you can go for MetaQuest. Okay. So MetaQuest 3 is what I suggest. Very good device and very powerful device. You can actually learn AR, VR, and MR in a single device. For AR, we can use smartphones. For AR, we can use smartphones also. But if you want all three in a single device, this is the device I suggest. MetaQuest 3. Any other questions from anyone? Any confusions or concerns? So in the next session, we can show you how to create a simple application.